A very happy Friday night, folks. These are all certainly welcome to my live stream. It's Keith here from Come On the Hoops. I said I'll pop on, have a chat with you tonight. Bit of a layout. This thing hasn't been used since the lockdown days. I'm back in Ireland for a couple of weeks, so I said I'll root this out. Let me know what the sounds like as well, with regards to this microphone. I'm using a temporary microphone at the moment until my new one arrives. So these are all certainly welcome in. I've loads to talk about. Loads to talk about. Obviously, the game tomorrow, the game on Tuesday night, the injury lists, who's going to play tomorrow, a transfer activity that we done already in the summer window, about Brendan Rodgers, about Michael Beale's squeal regards to Holmes tackle. There's loads to talk about, so do comment on the chat box there. Tell us where you are watching from, and if this is your first time watching my channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We're closing in on 17,000, so let's start it off. Obviously, the game tomorrow against Dundee is going to be a tough game. Any game at Celtic Park, as much as we're the favourites, the opposition team is going to park the bus. Simple as that. Just waiting for these comments to come through now to tell me if the sound's okay. I've done a couple of tests, and who do you think will start tomorrow? Celtic guys asking me. I think it's going to be Joe Hart, obviously in goal. Alistair Johnston right back. I'm going to go with Greg Taylor left back. I think he's going to put Nat Phillips in there with Scales. Some people might say you go for Larga Bielka, but Larga Bielka obviously has more experience international. He has more game time as well, playing in the Swedish league as well. But the thing about Scales looks solid at Ibrox, so I'd go for Scales. I think he looked more composed. I think Larga Bielka looked a bit shaky, obviously with that foul that happened to him as well. If that didn't stand, look at that error. So it was definitely a foul anyway. So go with that defense. Midfield, I go with Callum McGregor. I go for Matt O'Reilly. I would start this new guy regards to Bernardo. Give him a smash. At the end of the day, he's highly rated in Portugal. They have a 90 million sell-on clause in this guy's head. So looks like there's no business of even getting this guy in the long term. It's just a straight loan move, season long move, and that's it. Midfield, regards to attacking options on the flanks, you go with Moyeda and Yang, and then Kyogo up front. So, yeah, please let me know in the comments what the sounds like. If it's okay, it'd be really appreciated. I said I haven't done a live stream in a good few months now. I've obviously been busy with other stuff going on, so I will be putting up as much content as I can on the channel. I'm off for 2 weeks, so do tell me if there's anything you want me to pull up regards to throwback players or jersey videos. I would happy to do that. Happy to do that. So yeah, you probably see the cat in the background. Anyway, he's dying to go out. He's sick of listening to me already. How's it going, Stephanie Johnston? Buzzing to be back at Paradise tomorrow. I don't blame you, to be honest with you. Like obviously I'm over in Dublin at the moment. I'm gonna try get a game in with the Champions League. That's the plan. So see what happens. Hopefully it's a full house tomorrow as well. Hopefully the weather conditions isn't too bad. 3 o'clock kickoff, folks. If you're not sure, Rangers are on before. I think they're playing St. Johnston, if I'm correct. So obviously a few Celtic guys beyond that with this so-called title race. So early days, titles are not lost or won in September. So we just have to keep the mentality going, win as much games. Obviously, Feyenoord on Tuesday night away, Champions League group. Regardless who we were going to get in the Champions League was going to be difficult anyway. Feyenoord, Atletico Madrid, and Lazio. We've obviously been to Lazio in Rome. Well, been to Rome back in 2019. We got a stark result there, and then we got a good result against them at home. Julian scored in that cracking header. So, how's it going, Lanky? I hope you're doing well. Long time no speak. Folks, if you could do me a favor, there is a share button below. If you could press the share button and share it even to your Facebook or even to someone on WhatsApp. Every new face, every new comment, new viewer is crucial in this channel. It's all about interacting with you, getting you our point across. What do you think the score will be, Stephanie, tomorrow? What do you think the score is going to be? Lanky, who else is in? So let me try share this now on my Celtic page on Facebook. If you don't haven't seen the Facebook channel or the Facebook page yet, just please go on and give it a like. There's like 60 odd thousand people that do support us. How's it going? Hail. Oh, the sound's perfect. Fantastic to hear. You know, as I said, this is just a temporary microphone until the real deal comes along. I'm waiting for that to be prepared. So it's one of the best vlogging microphones out there. The one that you usually hear me from, the one that's crystal clear. But this will do. This will do. As I said, the backdrop is the 2021 crest. So the noise be buzzing the Champions League. I don't know. Feyenoord are a really good side. Obviously, they won the Eredivisie last season. They're a good side. Regardless who we're going, it's going to be tough on it. I just looking at this current squad. I'm not trying to, put a downer on the Champions League campaign. The ball hasn't been kicked. I just don't think we have the squad to get into the last 16. I'd be happy with Europa League. If we can get into the Europa League and even win a knockout stage there, that I'd be delighted with some football after Christmas. Post Christmas football would be great. So 3-0 to the boys. Who are you going for the score tomorrow? It depends. 3-1. Why are we all going 3-1? There's a few people I've seen today saying that are we still not confident with Joe Hart regards to keeping a clean sheet? Look, you keep the clean sheet at Ibrox. I thought he was outstanding on Ibrox. I thought he done really well. Sean Kelly says 1-0 Celtic. Like, whoever starts centre back tomorrow more likely will be the centre back in Rotterdam. If it's Nat Phillips and if it's going to be Scales or if it's Lager Bielke or Nat Phillips. Phillips has to start tomorrow. He's bags of experience. Obviously played well for Liverpool a couple of years back when Van Dijk got injured. If he's not out much about Nat Phillips, I'll tell you, he's 6'3", 26 years of age. He was on loan last season at Bournemouth with former player Ryan Christie. He was on loan there. He played 27 games. Previous season, he was on loan, second division in Germany for Stuttgart. Helped them get promoted to the Bundesliga. They finished runners up, so he has experience there. He's to Liverpool fans, he's known for obviously having that historic game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. I think it was a 4-1 game. They ended up winning that day. So I watched a bit of the Anfield Wrap, and they've highly talked about him. They think his days at Liverpool are done because there's obviously better players in the pecking order, still like some Matip and Gomez. So they're looking to obviously offload him off. And there's an option. Hopefully, there's an option in January to get him on a permanent deal. Look, I know we got Naroski in and Lager Bielka in, and we're replacing Starfelt, but you don't know what's going to happen with Stephen Welch's. Even though he has signed a long-term deal, will he be there past next season? Will Rodgers keep him past next season? That's like players come and go, regardless of their contract situation. We got Rio Atate at the moment. That's Gordon. He's open to another fresh start of contract talks with Celtic. I know he turned down the last two, and I know Abad. Obviously, we got Abad over the line. It's going to be a kick in the teeth that Abad is injured as well for 4 months. But we have enough on the flanks. Is it going to be a case that James Forrest is actually going to step up and get more time now? Is Marco Tolilo going to come in the next few weeks when he's fully fit and make a statement? We don't want to be bringing players in for just project players. We need to bring these players in and actually get them there. I hope he is, to be honest, Lanky. I would like to see him stay longer. There was obviously interest with Serie A and other clubs for Welch, and I rate Welch. Obviously Rodgers sees something in Welch as well. Thought he done well when he came on against Aberdeen at Pittodrie at the start of the season. It's crazy to think we're only 4 games into the league. I know obviously we got knocked out of the League Cup, but it just feels like it's been more games than that. It's probably just a twist of that pre-season and stuff like that. It just feels like it's just been going on forever since Ange left, with Jota going, then Starfelt going, obviously Brendan coming in, players coming and going. That's the joys of the summer business. We were all complaining about the home jersey at first. I wasn't a fan of it. I think it's nice now. It's grown on me. I love the new hoops one. I have it myself. I think it's got an absolute belter. So I think Celtic hopefully Celtic could wear that tomorrow. It'd be nice if you were to wear that anniversary top tomorrow, but it's Adidas and Celtic. Are they gonna live up to it? Like they didn't do it with the Irish Origin jersey and St. Patrick's Day. Sean Kelly, I think we'll get a big win tomorrow, Keith. 3 or 4 nil. Be a lot of momentum going into after the Old Firm. Well, if see, imagine we lost that derby or drew that derby, even though a lot of people would have settled for a draw. I think there will be a bit of negativity floating around. But with the international break, Lewis Palmer probably won't feature tomorrow. He's only at arriving back to Glasgow today, so I don't know if he's going to be a plan. Like it'd be weird to play him, to be honest. I know bad is obviously out. I'll be playing Moyeda and Yang. I think Yang looks like a good, exciting prospect. So maybe hopefully 3 or 4. Hopefully, Sean, it would be great if we can get 3 or 4, big time. The goal difference be class. Celtic guy. Why is it not? Let me press this. The joys of walking off the phone. What's going on with James? I don't think he was in the squad versus Rangers. Obviously, could be just fitness. Could be just Brendan feeling there's better players in the pecking order. That week regards to form wise. You can't always say better players because at the end of the day, every player has their strengths and their weaknesses. And Brendan knows Jamesy quite well from his first campaign at the club, and he was a massive part of our success, scoring in them League Cup finals as well. So look at James, he's 32 now. He's over 400 odd appearances for Celtic. He's a legend. It's a shame that certain fans didn't turn up for his testimonial because he deserves the appreciation and the credit of what he's put in for the club. Over 20 honours at that club, and he's a couple of trophies away from beating Scott Brown's record, and it's keeping his fitness. He has lost that yard of pace, since the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick against Hibs last season, but it's having consistent in the team, around the team is the problem with James Forrest. He's been a part of the senior team since 2010, since he scored that goal in his debut against Motherwell. Some crucial goals in even the Champions League qualifier. You go back to that goal against Kalagandi to get us through. Shakhtar Kalagandi, the Kazakhstan team. So yeah, let's hope the fans in the Green Brigade get behind Brendan. I think at the result it will help. Look, there's going to be fans. It doesn't even be the Green Brigade. It just be fans in general that just are not happy with the appointment of Brendan Rodgers, and I just think they need to suck it up and get on with it. Beggars can't be choosers. I understand fans are paying the season books and paying the merch, and that's supporting the clubs all their life. But at the end of the day, it was a board decision. He was the best candidate out there to take the job, and yeah, we dropped points against St. Johnson. Yeah, we lost to Kilmarnock in the League Cup, but it's not the end of the world. There's going to be more bumps and bruises this season, and people need to expect that. Like, I was one of them fans. Could we do a treble? It's a lot to ask for, and I was like, we could do it. Like, we had the strongest squad there, and then obviously didn't turn up at Rugby Park. And to be honest, we deserved to be beaten because we were shocking that day, and I think that learned a lesson to kick up the teeth. And then obviously dropping points at St. Johnson, it felt like a loss, to be honest, because the chances we had on goal that day, and we just weren't clinical. So I didn't want Brendan to get the job. I wanted Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca is obviously number 2, the Pep at the time. Obviously, he took the Leicester City job. I never wanted Enzo Maresca. I wanted Brendan, to be honest, because Brendan knew the club. I think he obviously making up to the fans as well gives it an extra spice. And I hope he wins titles. I hope he gets us past the European knockout stage and maybe go on to do a Scottish Cup, because at the end of the day, time will tell. It's a results business, and if we can get the right style of football in, the 4-3-3 system, people are asking me, are we ever going to do with the 2 strikers up front? I don't think Brendan will go that, to be honest. I'm just saying something about Mikey Johnson. That's, to be honest with you, the reason why he put Mikey Johnson in the squad is just because obviously homegrown players like Scott Baines in the squad as well. That's why he picked him over Seacrest. Seacrest's situation is a bit grim at the moment. Obviously, he's loved up with a girl in Australia. He's gone out to Australia and spent a lot of time with her. Radio presenter. Is he a case that he's going to move in the January transfer window? If it's the right move for him and for the club, let him go. He's a good keeper. Don't get me wrong. I think he is a good keeper. But it's, your personal life, it's having that balance between your personal life and your football career. You see what happened with Starfelt. Starfelt moved on to Celta Vigo to be closer to Jacinta. four 4 hour drive down the road, and love comes ahead of football at times. So regards to Mikey Johnson, I don't think he's going to get much football in the Champions League. He's another one that can keep himself fit, very similar to Jamesy. He has potential, Mikey. Some people say he's a bit like a wish version of Aidan McGeady. Does a lot of dribbling, but the end product just doesn't show it at times. But Brendan's given me his debut, so you never know. Still early days with Brendan. We need to get behind him and see what. At the end of the day, he's a top class manager. I give him time and watch him flourish. 100%. I agree with you, Sean. 100% agree with you. These are all happy with the sound. I is. Mikey Cole, what's the crack? How are you? I hope you're doing well. A wine for me tonight. A wine for me. I've had a lot of disputes over the last 3 months with this site, and we've come to a resolution, and I'm back. I'm going to be doing daily videos if I can, folks. So if there is a game on a Sunday, I do a post-match reaction, and he's looking for a video on the Monday, the chances of me doing a video on the Monday coming back from Dublin to Glasgow is quite slim, because I don't want to give you half of me in a video where I'm exhausted, I'm wrecked, and I'm trying to give you a bit of information and I'm getting it wrong. I'd rather be. That's why I said in the community chat, I'll be doing more videos, and it's good to take a break sometimes. Brendan will get the team forward. That's it. Like, we need that big, we need that 4 or 5-0 win, don't we? Just to kind of build a bit of confidence. At the end of the day, they're falling to sunders already across the other side of Glasgow. They're falling to sunders already. And you can see with the way Michael Beale, we're obviously praying for him to stay. They're praying for him to go. Some of their fans are saying that they never wanted him. And then half the fans, you go back to their tweets and you go back to their videos and that podcast, whatever they done, and they're all saying how he was the brains behind Gerrard's success. Talk shy. Talk absolute pony. So Mikey thinks, are we ever going to go 3-5-2? I don't think we'll go 3-5-2 in the Champions League. I think we could go 3-5-2 and try. I think it'd be more of a, putting Asda Johnson as a wing back. You could do it. You think Taylor as a wing back? I'd put Scales in there instead of Taylor as the wing back, to be honest. I know people probably think I'm mad. I probably would. Berda Bay, he's a better attacking player than a defender. He kind of reminds me of Alberto Moreno that used to play for Liverpool. Good at attacking, just doesn't have that defensive side of it. Could happen, Mikey. Could happen. My cousin's gone the game on Tuesday. Obviously, I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 of the games in for the Champions League. I don't care if I don't get them. It's not the end of the world. The channel still goes on. The views still go on. I hope your cousin has a good time over there. I hope we get a positive result. I would take a draw in Rotterdam. The group's wide open. The ball hasn't been kicked. Just go over there and try to play the best potential as we can. I think Kyogo needs to be crucial and clinical in the Champions League this season and not be bullied off the ball and take that chance. The same with Maeda. Maeda missed a couple of sitters last season, but we get over there. We just don't want another PSG FIFA score in the Champions League, getting smashed 7-1 away. Look at Lazio are a good side. I think we could nick a result over there, home and away against Lazio. Atletico just write the both the games off, folks. I don't think we're going to be Atletico Madrid at Celtic Park, to be honest. I think they're a good caliber team. I don't expect anything from the Atletico game. Maybe 4 at home. Even 9 points could get us through. Just depends on other teams and other results. Might even guarantee us Europa League, Hope you get tickets. You give that club some amount of money, bro. All the kits you buy. Well, the missus got me this top for my birthday. So yeah. So look, it's nice. It's comfortable. Does the job. It's a nice little crest on it. I do. We'll look at if I get tickets. I get tickets. It's not the end of the world if I don't. I think Giakoumakis would have been done well under Rodgers. Look, I think he would have done well under Rodgers, big time. Physicality. Obviously we seen what the likes of Dembele under Rodgers. He was good holding the ball up. Same with Edward. Edward was good with holding the ball up. We all know Brendan's elite manager, a few levels above Ange. I don't know now. Look, Brendan's been around longer. in the hierarchy of football, you could say, than Ange. Look, Ange has managed Australia World Cups. He's managing J League. He's managing Greece. He's managing the A League. And look, congratulations to Ange winning the Manager of the Month in the Premier League, and congratulations being nominated for Coach of the Year as well, for the UEFA Coach of the Year. Credit's due. And a big part of that nomination is down to the success he had with us as well, winning us the treble, making a standpoint, coming in and cleaning up all the clutter at the club and the dead wood, cleaning up most of it. Obviously didn't get the chance to get rid of the Sorrows or the Yetis because they were on contracts in Barcas. But Ange deserves the credit. Like, he done a really good job at Celtic. His football at Spurs has been pretty good, as we're all used to. I've been keeping tabs on Ange. I know people might say, "Oh, Keith, shut up about me. He's in the past. Why are we talking about former manager?" He deserves the credit. He's a treble winning manager, like Rodgers, like Lennon, like O'Neill, like Steen. These managers, they're in a part of our folklore. Like Lennon's not the caliber of obviously Ange, but Lennon pulled off a started result against Barcelona. That was a good Champions League campaign. Came in, helped us do a treble when Brendan left. So I think a lot of people are over the whole Brendan Rodgers 2019 saga, and I think it's time to move on. It really is time to move on. I think as fans, we need to stop thinking about grudges, how move on from the grudge, move on from the past. At the end of the day, he did bring us 7 trophies. He did bring us 7 trophies. And that's the most important thing. We are desperately in need of a goalkeeper. Joe played a good game against Rangers, and I think we need new blood between the posts. Hopefully, Kevin Keller, it's if he's going to take the pay cut. I know he's desperate to have first team football and Champions League football. And he's a Cork boy, and he knows what the crack is with Celtic. He wants to be obviously Ireland's number 1 instead of Banzulu. Banzulu's a cracking keeper. Gavin is. If the money's right, I think we could sign him for about 7-8 million. I know some people have been saying he's a 30 million keeper because he's on the Liverpool bench. He's basically a part of all the honours he has there. See what happens. Hail, Paul. What's the crack? Hope you're well. And couldn't get rid of the likes of Sorrow and Co because Brendan done it within 8 weeks, even though it wasn't my first option. It's not just Brendan that got rid of him, or Ange couldn't get rid of them as well, even though I said Ange could not get rid of them originally. It's down to the board's decision of getting the right fit for the player and getting the right club for them as well. Look at Haksmanovic, his missy fits after the St. Johnston game, his frustration. I'm glad he's out the door. At the end of the day, no player is bigger than any club. And I've said this on the channel, Haksmanovic, a lot of people overrate him when he came. He's got a bit skillful, a bit of a powerhouse, a few goals in there. I think a lot of people were putting a lot of hopes on him. Like, there was people saying, he's going to be Jota's replacement, just give him stuff. I'm like, calm down big time, Let's go. I've been saying it for ages, Gallagher as well, not because he's Irish, but I think Kevin Gallagher would be a good show. I think, he's a guy that done well for Liverpool, Yeah, he does, definitely, 100%. He just thought he was bigger than the club, and that this is the modern day footballers. Social media use as they go on like they're prima donnas. They think that their egos are bigger than they are. Like, obviously he didn't take in how big Celtic is as a club. Obviously he didn't realize the fans. The fans will go against you when you step out of line. The fans will go against you if you miss a couple of sitters. The fans will go against you because they expect perfection. Some fans do. All I want a players is go out and give their best they can. Like Maeda did it at Ibrox. Like, Maeda gets a hard time off fans at times. Yeah, look at the game against Kilmarnock and he kicked the ball up to the keeper. It could have been 1-on-1. But I backed Maeda to do well. I thought he was the man of the match at Ibrox, Martin, how's you getting on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you can cheer as well. I like we'll take a pay cut to play for us and compete in Europe. Obviously, it's a new format next season, a kind of swift format to the Champions League. 4 games, home and away, 8 games altogether. I hope he does. Hope he does. He knows he's obviously come to a massive club. He knows what the crack is with Celtic. It's not like he's coming from, West or Eastern Europe to play for Celtic. He knows what the story is. And I love to see him play for Celtic, not because he's just an Irish boy, because he knows the crack. He's playing for a big club already, like Liverpool. So I'm sure Klopp, and I'm sure Robbo, I'm sure Virgil, I'm sure like Klopp has obviously been to Celtic Park and done that testimonial game there, the James Milner game, and the Steely and Petrov. And Robbo's a big Celtic fan. Obviously, Robbo put a good word into Nat Phillips and said, "Get up the road, enjoy it, take it in, massive club, you know, trophies to be won there. The fans will adore you." And that's the thing that Ange won't get at Spurs. Ange won't get that appreciation and love the way that he got in Glasgow, where he can wait a while he walks down. Like he'll go back to he'll walk through some streets of London. People won't even know who he is. In Glasgow, he's like a celebrity, in the fishbowl. And look, I wish him the very best at Tottenham. I think if Levy stands by him and he gets Spurs into the even top five, he's done a pretty decent job. Like getting rid of Kane, I know it wasn't his decision, the club's decision to take that money for Kane, and he's done well with giving Son the captaincy. Why not? You know. Bit early. Who do you think the captain is Celtic? The next captain? I said Alistair Johnston. I've been saying it for since he's came in. I've heard good stuff about Alistair Johnston regards his leadership. You can see it on the pitch as well. The way he speaks and all. He's built to be a captain one day for Celtic. It's not going to be David Humble anyway. I know he's the captain Motherwell. Carter Vickers, if he stays long, I think Carter Vickers will be here for another season or two, and he'd be gone. He'd be gone back down to England. To be honest with you, and that's the thing about attachment to players and managers. You try to not get attached to them, but you do because it's the way that they sell quotes to you. It's the way that they talk about the club, and it's hard not to buy into it. Look at Ange. Ange was so professional, so good with the media. Brendan is really professional with the media. He's really good and he's very honest. And the difference between Ange and Brendan is Brendan's that type of person where he'll put the arm around the player and he'll have the chat with the player and be honest and see can he improve the player. Ange is real just use this is my style of football, mate. And this is what we're gonna play, Preston football. And if you don't like you don't like the way I play and you don't like the way I conduct things and don't work hard, you're gone. And that's the way you manage it. That's why Ange is like so old school, and that's why I think he'll be gone by Spurs by the end within 2 seasons. I think he'll go to Liverpool and United. I think Man United are desperately calling out for a manager like Ange right now, but let him go to keep him at Spurs and wish him the best. CCV, hope if he stays. I don't know, Martin. Like it's hard to say with Cameron Carter Vickers if he could stay. Interest will come in for him. It will be interesting. And look, that's natural for clubs in England to be linked with our players. The players weren't linked with moves away. It just shows that they're not doing decent as a player. Look at Ray Tata. He's going to be linked with moves again. There'll be a lot of noise around October, November for players to move on in January, and that's standard football. You're going to get rumours, and I'm one of the biggest challenges for doing. I'm one of the biggest challenges of saying, look, Aston Villa is linked with this player and that player. Yes, I read the papers. Yes, I read the tweets. Yes, I put my spin on it because I like talking about it. Because there's a small chance that it could happen, and I prepare you. I prepared you in the past for stuff, and I'll prepare you again. I can't always get it right. We're all humans. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go 3-0 tomorrow. I think Kyogo double and Yang. Look at Dundee. Have had a decent start. They beat Hearts and Dens Park, drew to Motherwell. They got beaten by St. Mirren. I don't know who the other draw is. I'm not going to check with your phone. I don't like looking at stuff on your other phone. What I'm trying to chat to you is concentration is key. So yeah, let us know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as well, please do subscribe. As I said, let me know regards to the sound as well. Sound. I'm going to try get people on and start doing these podcasts with me in the near future. It's just getting the time to do it, folks. I don't have the luxury time like some other vloggers. I'm full time. I have 2 kids to take care of. I don't go to the games, and people might turn around and say, "Oh, he's an armchair fan." I don't care what you think. what I think is what matters to me, what I produce, It's what I say. You don't like it, you don't have to be watching it. Simple as that. Simple as that. But I do like the comments below. Thanks very much, Stephanie. Really appreciate it. Red Scott, I hope you're well. I know it's a man that will always tune in and watch the channel as much as you can. I know sometimes you do be getting mad when I don't give the heads up when I'm on, but I'm on tonight. I'm on tonight. I'll be doing as much content as I can. I'm off for 2 weeks. I'm in Dublin, so there will be videos going on tomorrow. There'll be videos tomorrow night. I might come on tomorrow night as well. We might get someone on tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see what the story is. Thanks for tuning in. So as I said, if the podcast is a bit more difficult than doing the 2 or 3 minute videos. So a bit of effort's gone in tonight. Hell, great channel. Cheers, Chrissy. I really appreciate it. Are you related to the legend himself, Russell Boyce, the man himself? Russell's a good man. Boyce's doing a good job. I'm a big fan of the Boise Bus. I think Boise Bus, they're doing quite well. Great podcast. Very, very unfiltered. I enjoy that. I enjoy watching the four teams in the podcast as well. Axon are doing a good job as well. Shout out to Ryan. Congratulations to Ryan 118 hitting the 40k. Obviously, Hamish and the team over in Hell 67. I know they have obviously restructured their channels. They're doing a fantastic job. Fantastic vloggers out there. I know Judy's taken a step back. Judy's done a fantastic job as well. Shout out to the unrestricted Celts. They've done a really good job on their channel. Shout out to obviously Del Boy and their podcast as well. There's some really good podcast. Come on, you boys in green as well. Will you be coming to see us when you're in the country? No, I won't be. Mate. I won't be. Unfortunately, I'm skint. So I'm planning to come over and see you maybe in February or March next year. Maybe I'll move over in 2025. Could be an option in the cards as well I'm looking at. So we'll see what happens. Home to start tomorrow. I'll put Bernardo in there. I want to see this guy have a whack at it. I love Home. I think Home looks like a good baller. Stuck in, outstanding at Ibrox. Bring Home on. I'll put Home ahead of Turnbull. Even though Turnbull had a couple of goals at the start of the season. Tops class. Thanks to me, missus. £85 a cost her for my birthday. What top do I have on under it? That top. Belter. Absolute belter. Too bad we never wore it. Hope we wear this anniversary jersey tomorrow. That's it. The Jungle Gyms as well. I forgot about the Jungle Gyms. It's very hard to keep up with them. They're all doing a great job. There's not... Obviously, there's that guy with the glasses that lives in Spain. I always forget. Celtic fan view. He's a really good... I like his podcast. Very out straight. Snips the articles. Says his views. Really good. Really good. Deserves appreciation as well. Celtic Jungle. All Dynamite. Celtic Worlds. I haven't watched. I've been invited on the Celtic Worlds. The boys are in Australia, so the time zone, and I know they're in Southern Asia. The time zone is a bit too much for me, and I've said it out straight to the boys. And I wish the lads their very best, as I've said it. So maybe one day, but if you haven't known, I actually a month ago I interviewed Chris Sutton in Paisley. Interviewed Chris a month ago. Had some good chat with him about his career, about Celtic going forward, about Brendan, about in general how Celtic are going to move forward, and you obviously talk about the Saudi League as well. Really nice guy, Chris Sutton. Wind up merchant. took the piss out of me for the first 10 minutes, but I got on really well. Me and Chris had a good chat for 2.5 hours. A massive thanks to Carlin, We Love Sport, and the ABN had me as the guest. It was a really good night. I've never done something like that before, face to face, interview with a former player. I've done a couple on the camera, but look, really, really good, really good. Chris is a nice guy, and hopefully in the new year I'll do more live interviews with former players and get stuck in and just be me, and going to the audience and doing the Q&A was really, really good. I enjoyed it. Some of the questions were very productive. Some of the questions are mints. Like some of the questions that Chris was asked was just, you know, even he was shaking his head and I was putting my hand on my head. I was like, can I take that mic back any chance soon? Because it's just garbage stuff like Celtic Room or TV is a really weekly review off camera, which works well. See, certain podcast, I think camera is key. I think camera sells better to people. Some people like just to be off the camera and just do old school podcast. I think showing the facial expressions is better. Where did you buy it? Where did I buy what? This top? She got on the Celtic store. You got on the Celtic. You can get on the Celtic store. You get in Glasgow International as well in the airport. They have it in stock as well. 85 quid. It's comfortable. Like the only thing about it is doesn't have the zips on the pockets. So that's the only bad thing I would say about it. Has the little thing for you put the hook on as well. So it's worth the buy. It's worth the buy. Anything's worth the buy in it. But I wasn't spending a fortune this season on tops. So yeah, look, I hopefully Mikey Johnson does make a statement this season, but like the Yang, I think Yang is gonna be like in there. Hopefully Kyogo stats makes a statement and gets past 34 goals as well compared to the last campaign. Could be hopefully a 40 goal season for Kyogo. You know, I'm putting a ball shout on it right now. I'm gonna say right now in the channel. I know we're only 5 games in. I'm gonna say the player of the season is gonna be Matt O'Reilly. I think Matt O'Reilly's gonna be player of the season. The guy was consistent last season, played every game. I don't think him and Ange got on the way we're expecting. I know when he first came in and he was taking the atmosphere in, he's played well at Tynecastle and against them at Celtic Park, and he was like the best atmosphere I ever felt and stuff like that. Cheers from Derry. How's it going over in Derry? Livy away, always a tough one. Tony Macaroni Stadium, Celtic guy, tough place, Astro pitch. Hopefully we can learn from the Kilmarnock. Look at Brendan, can't make up excuses. He needs to get out there and obviously get the boys playing on that pitch. Simple as that. The other good news today is obviously Barrowfield's getting done up. 20 million project. So they're gonna put 2 new pitches in it, 2 new pitches outside, sports science getting put in, new gyms getting put in, a FIFA approved indoor pitches getting put in as well. So I've never been to Barrowfield. I've never been to Lennoxtown as well. I always fly over Lennoxtown on a Monday morning. I always fly over the other mob state training ground as well. But I'm delighted the club and there's parts as well that they're improving Lennoxtown as well. So good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully, the resources for the women's and the youth team. It's about like Andrews promised these kind of promises before the sports came in, and the reports he knocked it back. He knocked it back. So we spent 22 million in the transfer window, which wasn't bad this summer. You might not feel like we spent 22 million, but we did. It's 85 in the Celtic store, but JD does it for 70. So there you go. Spent over 150 quid. That's me just going to be first game this season. Well, I hope you enjoy it tomorrow. I really do hope you enjoy it. Hope the atmosphere is electric. Just hope we just don't be nil all half time and you get the jeers, you get that kind of moan, you get that kind of anxiety. Like I'm watching the telly at home in Dublin, I'm just like, oh, this is a hard watch. I don't want to be like a St. Johnstone game again. Dundee are going to be, look, they're promoted. They're going to be clinching to everything to stop the champion score. And that'd be my plan. If I was a Dundee player, I'd be throwing my body at everything. So, decent team. It's going to be tough going up there as well. Dens Park, I'll definitely enjoy it. It's their home, of course. Even away. I've been to one game this season, folks. And that was Wolves in Dublin. So I'm not doing too bad already. Plans to get 5 in. Get 5 in, I'd be delighted. So we'll see. Keep the questions going. Keep the questions, like look at players, kits. We'll be start Rio tomorrow to get him a bit of fitness in for the Feyenoord game. How we feeling going into Rotterdam? Are we nervous about Feyenoord? Because Feyenoord are pretty decent on the flanks, Well, look at St. Johnson might do the Rangers fans a favour. you know, one of the subscribers at the channel that comes into my job, shout out to shout out to Henry. Henry pops into the job and he told me before we played the Rangers that or Sefco, you want to call them, he made a bet with two guys in his local pub, £100 that Brendan or that Bill will get sacked before Brendan. And this was the same after the St. Johnson game. So Henry, you want to get that cash down, but because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. They're gonna be probably going for Martindale anyway. Leave them to it. Doesn't bother me who they get. At the end of the day, they're getting pumped in the new year, Celtic Park. Mind the gap, you know. Third in the group, be some performance, 100%. That's what I want. I want a bit of Europa League football. We take the Champions League revenue. We got more. We got since they didn't qualify. We got more in the pot, TV pot. So happy days. People be obviously outside fans be like, "Oh, what about the coefficient?" I don't care about the coefficient of other teams. All I cared about is Celtic. That's all I care about. All I care about is us performing. I don't care if Aberdeen don't get through in the Europa League or the Conference League. I don't care if Hibs get pumped by Villa. I really don't give it an absolute rats. It's about what we do. We're the champions. We're the treble winners. Yeah, we won't be getting the treble this season unless we go on and win a Champions League. Better chance of winning Euro millions, mate. I think Yang is going to be a kick on for us. I think he's some potential. You know, I was a bit iffy about him, to be honest with you, at the start, like second division in the K League. I was like, ugh. But no, apologies, not the second division. Kwan came to the second division. Um, I was a bit iffy about because obviously there was a bit of humps and bruises exchange back for that club and all. Like obviously we ended up getting them off Gang Wong and got sorted. So yeah, looks like an exciting ball. I can't wait for him. I think I think. Look at these boys better live up to the hypes of Ki Sung Young. I know some people might laugh and say, Ki, get a grip of yourself. Ki Sung Young was a good player for Celtic. You know, when he took his chances, some cracking goals, Scottish Cup final, scored a lovely goal, that 3-0 against Motherwell back in 2011. So yeah. Oh, did you watch the Masters football as well, folks? Congratulations to obviously Doris Reese, Mark Wilson, Kelvin Wilson, Simon Donnelly, Joe Ledley, the captain, Gary Hooper, Chris Commons, and Burchell. Well done to the lads. Last week in Braehead, cracking. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. Obviously, they were wearing the remaster of the 98 to 2000 black and aluminum striped jersey. That was a belt of a jersey, by the way. The only bad thing about that jersey, it reminds you of Larson when he broke his leg against Leon, was it? No, Bordeaux. Was it Bordeaux? Was it Bordeaux or Leon? Who was it against? Was it Leon or Bordeaux? Was it Bordeaux, folks? Correct me. Was it? I think it was Leon, was it? The Larson leg break. I know it was in France anyway. And then obviously came back, shaved the cornrows, the dreads. I mean, got rid of the dreads, came back and scored 50 odd goals, 52 goals or something like that. So, the King of Kings. Still waiting on Chris Boyd's ball to return. I think we're still all waiting for Chris Boyd to actually get off that face of the planet and realise that what is he talking a lot of malarkey. How is he a Sky Sport pundit? How does he do Gillette Soccer Saturday? I could do Gillette Soccer Saturday. I think it was Leon. I'll check it now. While I'm at it. I thought it's either Bordeaux or Leon, wasn't it? Henrik Larsson leg break. We'll see now. We'll get in the comments. Need to start. Here's a question for you, folks. This was thrown at me by Henry yesterday. Name 5 former Celtic players that scored in European Cup final. Now it could be a European, the Champions League, the Europa League, the UEFA Cup, or the European Cup. 5 former players that scored in a European Cup final. It was Leon, folks. Yeah, it was Leon. Oof. So I got 4 of them. Struggled. Struggle, to be honest with you. Struggle with this question. So I think it was five, or was it 5 or 6? I was five, guaranteed five anyway. So going to college, bet me £100, Seth go win the league. Well, Stephanie, you enjoy that £100. You could send a super like my way at the end of the season if you want, of £2 if you want. Um, I'm not like them TikTokers or them YouTubers hinting for tips and hinting for gifts and money. I'm pretty happy he's just watching it, to be honest. Beggars can't be choosers at the end of the day. So you'll get that. You'll definitely get that money, 100%. Definitely. I hope he's like the new microphone sponge as well. Look at this. Come on, the hoops. I don't. You won't be able to see it with the light, and it's the crest. It's the crest. There you go. You can see it with the crest there. So yeah, new ring light, new microphone, new sponge. They're like, what else do you want? Bag of cans. We'll be living the dream. So I'll do another 10 more minutes and I'll jump off and I'll try to get someone on tomorrow night if I'm in the mood. Hopefully be pumped Dundee. That's the plan. That is the plan. 17 people watching, folks. If you can comment below where you are watching from, if you could share the channel, would be really appreciated. I'm sure there's a couple of folk that probably don't know me in your phone book that are Celtic fans that probably watch the YouTube. Give it a share. Why not? They don't like it. They don't like it. They love it. They love it. You know, money here to make me happy, Emily. So yeah, £100. That's an easy £100. Definitely. Let's see. Definitely. Oh, Chris Boyd's ball to return in Braehead. I'm just thinking about that now. I just actually copping onto that. Yeah, that was some set. But what was Hooper like? What was Hooper like? To be honest, like I'd take him back. I'd really vote for a laugh. I'd take him back. Why not? Like bring him off the bench for 10 minutes and let him score one against them. Pump them. Oh, Hooper. Imagine, scored against the old team and the new team. Brilliant. Off the topic, who do you think will do well in the SPL? Who will go down? I would think Livingston will go down this season, to be honest with you. I just think Martindale, there's a bit of dispute going on with shareholders and all. I think Livy will go down. Livy are Dundee at the moment, I would say. Ross County will scrape it. Kilmarnock will stay up, unless McInnes goes to Rangers. My top six is going to be Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, Motherwell, Hearts, Hibs. I think Hibs obviously constantly changing that manager like the weather. And what age is Hooper? 35. You're probably like, no, I won't go near them. How's it going? Celtic can never walk alone. Why not? Free agent. Let him train with the club. See what Brendan thinks of him. He's not good enough. Offload him. Why not? I've seen most players come in, like Freddie Lumbrick, like Marvin Comper, like Brojek, like Derek Barita. Remember him? Players like that. Absolute duds. Hooper come in and do a job. I'm telling you, I'd play him. I'd play him for the last 15, 20 minutes of a game. Why not? If you can get up to fitness, why not? There's worse players in the league than Hooper. Taps a Peach. Thanks very much. Good channel, mate. Thank you very much. I said I'd pop on, chat with you all. Hello from sunny Dublin. Wish it was sunny. Wish it was bright out. Wish it was daytime. But it's a night time. There's a few from Glasgow watching, which is good to see. Anywhere else, folks? Anywhere else? So that's my top six. As I said, I'll recap it again. I'm going to go with Celtic. Celtic will win the league by 12 points. Rangers finish second. I think there will be a gap between third and second big time. Aberdeen, I think Barry Robson, it's in him. He could do it. He could definitely do it. I'm delighted he got the job full time. I think Motherwell, something about the well. I think St. Mirren will drop off. I think, St. Mirren are doing well. Stephen Robinson's a good manager. I think he'll get snapped up by a championship team or League One team. Sad about Scott Brown with Fleetwood. I know that obviously they're after taking in Lee Johnson, but like I don't know what's going to happen with Brownie. I think it'd be good to see Brownie even taking the team in the top tier of Scottish football. Even if, argument's sake, say Stephen Robson does go, let him take the same earning job. I wonder how long Beale will last. I'm going 4 games with Beale. I'm going 4 games. I think they'll look at the next international window and they'll be booting him off like they done with Gio. To be honest, what he look at. I thought Gio wasn't bad at talking, but my God, he is the biggest spoofer I've ever seen in football. Biggest spoofer I've ever seen in football. To be honest, he thinks. In his head, he thinks he's a Pep Guardiola or something. He think he could just talk down about other players, opposition players and teams, and he thinks the sun shines out of his hooper. Come on, it's just. I'm convinced that Mole's getting them. I really believe that Mole's getting them big time. Hooper was gone with the money. We got offered decent money from Norwich. And I'm sure that's what he regrets it. If the Bears lose tomorrow, definitely game over. It's too early in the season to call it, but I think 12 points. But I don't want to be getting the confetti out and the Moet champagne out and start saying the league's done already. The leagues are not lost in September, folks. Even if they go on a string of defeats and draws, it's not lost in September. If it was more December, I could turn around and say, yeah, start getting that bottle of champers in for May or for April, see what happens. The mole must stay. The mole must stay. I love when people put the all 1-0 as 0, the mole /1. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Correct. Van Dijk didn't score in the European final. No. Dalglish and Larsson's correct. So 5 former Celtic players that scored in European finals. It could be UEFA Cup, Champions League, Europa League. But Van Dijk didn't score in the European final. Unfortunately, he didn't score against Tottenham. Didn't score against Real Madrid. Or Real Madrid twice and Tottenham won it. So yeah. Let's see. I think Kenny might get the sack. Lenny in. Neil Lennon in for the Ireland job. There's talks of Steve Bruce at the moment. Leaning around. Kenny's not getting the sack. The FAI came out and said that they're keeping him on for the rest of the campaign. They came out and said they're going to review it. And they're going to review the women's World Cup, the way that the qualifications set for the next Women's World Cup. So Lenny is the Ireland manager. Wouldn't mind. I'd rather Lee Carsley. I'm a fan of Lee Carsley. I know he's managed the English 21s. He played for Ireland for a good nearly 10 years. I'd like to see Lee Carsley get the Ireland job. Not Roy Keane. I think Roy Keane will live on his ego that he was the best Irish footballer, and he'll live on that, and he'll think he's the boss and stuff like that. I think it'd be a real Steve Staunton approach to it if it was Roy Keane, to be honest. I like Roy Keane. I think he's a fantastic pundit, remarkable player, probably one of the best midfielders of all time. Keano's up there. Done well with Sunderland, getting them promoted, but died down. Shite manager for this switch. Shocking manager for this switch, and he hasn't gone into he hasn't touched the game since this switch. Never knew you were on. I put up a post saying it was on. Put a post up. Good. Look, I might be on tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Just depends. What the crack is. How I'm feeling. See how I feel after the game tomorrow. I'll be watching it on the old telefiche. What's FTP? He's gonna have to refresh my brain here. I thought you said you won the Champions League. No, 5 players that have scored in European finals. It doesn't have to be for Celtic. 5 former Celtic players that scored in European finals. in their career? In their career? That's the question. So someone said Daglish, Larson. There's three more left. Three more left. Are these lives going to be more regular like the old times? I can't commit to that because I have a really busy schedule. I'm working Monday to Friday. I'm flying home the weekends, and I'll probably do one or two a week if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky, I'll try do one or two a week. I'll try do one on a. It won't be a Friday night because I'm the reason I'm doing it this Friday night is because I'm home in Dublin. It'd be more of a Thursday night if I'm doing it. It'd probably be about half an hour to 45 minutes. It's Feed the Bear. Oh, gee, why did you change his name? Oh, didn't even know you changed the name. Oh, see, that's how I know. I haven't been watching much Axons because usually I'm on Axon all the time. Oof, oof. So yeah, I do apologize. Feed the Bear. Apologies. Oh, that was a Britney Spears moment there, folks. I apologize for that. Oh, I think I need to drink more Pinot. Sláinte. Sláinte, Feed the Bear. I hope that LOL's not the sash LOL. New member. Oh, is that a new subscriber? Oh, thanks very much. I'm doing this subscribe thing, so folks. Like I know a couple of channels are doing it. So the plan is at the end of the year, I'm gonna get a batch of stickers done, and to whoever are my actual subscribers, I'll send you 2 or 3 stickers in the post. That's the plan. So it'll be the new crest. It won't be this crest. It'll be the new crest on the page. I'll send you 3 stickers. I'll post them 3 stickers so you can have them. So that's the deal I'm doing with the whoever actually pays the subscription, the £2 or the £3 it is, and who wants to be a member, you'll get stickers at the end of the year. So let me get Christmas over and done with, and I'll get them posted out, right, folks? And I'll start doing a few giveaways. I'll get in touch with a couple of companies for a giveaway. I'll do a YouTube giveaway. I won't be doing it on Instagram and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's the plan, folks. You don't have to pay for a subscription if you don't want to subscribe. Your own discretion. At the end of the day, it's not about making money. It's just about just chatting with us. Chatting with us. Every little helps. You know, I'm not complaining. At the end of the day, mate, it's been worth the bro. Your content's been excellent over the years. I don't regret taking time off. I obviously took a time off in December up to March, and then had a bit of a dispute with this current platform for 6 months of my content. But we're back in business. We've both parties are happy, and I'm happy to do this on a more regular basis now. If there's an incentive in it for me, and it's to motivate me and engage with you, am I still doing the t-shirts? Yeah, the t-shirts. We're doing the t-shirts at the moment. They're 17 quid, folks. I know a lot of people say 17 quid for the t-shirt. It's a bit steep, but that's covering your postage as well. So we have the crest in the bumblebee colors, and then we have the normal crest and it's green, white, and black. So go on to, if you have them in the platforms, go into me Linktree, and you'll see the t-shirts are there. The old t-shirts are in it as well, from a grand old tee. You can get it to the 2021s, the decade anniversary t-shirts are there as well. So really appreciate it. I don't really look at the end of the day. I don't need brand t-shirts or brand stickers out there. I've done that. I've raised money for mental health in the past from people buying stickers for £8 and from putting the stickers all over Glasgow, and money went to a good place, helping people during the most difficult time for mental health in probably in history, the lockdowns, and we send them stickers to New Zealand, to Samoa, to Canada, to Newfoundland, to even to send it to the Cayman Islands in the Caribbean. Like some of the places I even sent it to Panama at one point and Mexico. So it was good to reach out to Celtic fans, like obviously the States as well. We sent them to South Carolina, we sent it to Alaska, Hawaii. Where else did we send to? New Mexico, few to Chicago, few to Boston, the usual New York. and a couple to Florida. So I enjoyed them stickers. I do have the old stickers, but I'm not rooting them out in my old attic. So as I said, give it to me at the end of the year. My members, I will send you three stickers. So I'll send them at the end of the year. If it's Ireland or I'm sending to Glasgow or whatever it is, I'll get them post. I live in Glasgow anyway, so if you want to meet up with me and have the stickers, yeah. Um, a few people have asked me, will I do will I do an event for charity? If I could do one in a pub and for mental health, I want to get feedback. If I could get a venue, I will do it. I know there's a venue in Paisley that are interested in me doing a night, a Celtic night, maybe a quiz night, maybe a mental health night, just talking about Celtic stories and getting people on stage and maybe getting a former player. And I do want to move this a little bit extra level for you folks, and it will take time. And look at, I'm one step there already. I'm in Scotland, living in Scotland now. That's a doorstep to closer to Celtic. Maybe not for the weekends or the games, but my time will come. Let's see. Appreciate Feed the Bear and appreciate Cole. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. As I said, at the end of the year, I'll send the stickers out. But let's just keep talking football for the next couple of minutes. 3-5-2. I was asked. I'd like to see us demonstrate 3-5-2. Um, do you go with? I think 3-5-2 would be more Nat Phillips, Carter Vickers, Larga Bielka, or even Orosky. You know, get onto him, the Rory, and he'll get you over. He'll get you over for the gigs over here. I love to do it. As I said, next year when I get more of a routine, less weekends in Dublin, I'll get something sorted. Let me just let me just sort out the less trips to Dublin, and then I can start brainstorming and getting a couple of events in. All I laugh, all interact with yous. I've heard other podcasts saying it's crazy when you get you know the name to the face of the name when you meet them at a live show, and it is like that. I've met a couple of people in the Chris Sutton event that was class. So yeah, he'll get you over for a few gigs. I'm devastated Rory's giving up the Rebel podcast at the end of the year. What a serve, what a man. What a man. He's making the right decision. He's taken the podcast to heights that he never thought was going to do. And that's a massive part of lockdown. And some of the music is fantastic. Some of the acts he's had on is fantastic. And massive tap on the back to Rory Carson and his Rebel podcast. He's done really well. The work and the effort he put into it. He's gone through some ups and downs with that podcast. And you know what? He has a really good support there, and it's he's done really some good nights as well, raise money for good thoughts and charity and stuff like that. And Ro's a good man. I've had Ro on the channel a couple of times, and hopefully we get Ro on the near future. I know he'd be dying to do a podcast. Get Martin on as well. Had the pleasure to meet Martin back in February. Was it from February, Martin? Was it March or February? March, wasn't it? Do you enjoy the Boise Bros? I do like watching it when I get the time. I do like when I'm in work. I do try to watch the podcast as much as I can. It's the variety of them. Some of the podcasts are very out there for me. You know, not the Boise Bros. I love Russell's a good man. A lot of respect for Russell. I have had Russell on my channel, and I've had some laugh at Russell. Four teams in the pod. I'm hoping you get Tony on soon. Tony's a good lad. A lot of respect for Tony and the boys. Sorry about that, folks. Clicked on the wrong thing there. Just booked Madrid. Well, you can go and enjoy the new stadium. The new stadium looks like a belter, doesn't it? The only thing about Atletico Madrid is they play very defensive football. Simeone is a very defensive coach. Boring football to watch. It's kind of like watching Stoke at times, or Livy play. I look at Simeone, cracking manager. Obviously, won La Liga with the likes of David Villa and all, and Griezmann, wasn't it? Was it Diego Costa and David Villa? You want to beat Barca? The new camp was it his last game of the season or something like that? They won La Liga a couple of years back. And I think they got to a Champions League final as well that year. Um, decent, decent team. I just think, I just think we're not going to get a result against them home and away. To be honest, they play atrocious football, and I can't see Celtic breaking them down. The football they play, they're a dirty team. Atletico Madrid, they're just a dirty team. They just really. I remember watching them a couple of years back in the Champions League against Liverpool. I don't know why I was watching the Liverpool game. My dad was watching it, and I was like, watching these guys play against Liverpool. They were like the worst team that I've ever watched. Like, just constantly breaking up play, just right in the face. It's just awful football. Like, just booked Butlands. I haven't been to Butlands in years. Years. Um, what's wrong with Butlands? Butlands cracking. Fair play. At least you're going on a holiday. The closest I get booked is a Ryanair flight to Dublin. Fair play. Enjoy it. Enjoy. Get the armbands on. Get the tunes on. Enjoy it. 20 people. We're holding strong, folks. Brilliant to see. Brilliant to see. Not bad for a 11 o'clock on a Friday night. Portland's would not take you back. We used to have Mosney over here. Wasn't Portland Mosney, there were good times. Obviously up in County Meath. They were the days until the place got closed down for other reasons. They always seem to They always get people sent off. They're a horrible team to watch, folks, and I'm dreading I'm dreading even in a preview. I'm dreading even in a post match reaction. I just know they will beat us. You know, people are saying they're a bit average. Like, we played them back in the Europa League back in 2011-12. That was when what was that team you played? Sion in the qualifiers, and they failed a load of eligible players or something like that. That's happened to us a couple of times. Remember that happened against Lega Warsaw as well, and so Maribor as well. That done as well. Rangers have booked out buttons. They don't even have buttons. They have Berwick. They have Berwick, man. They have Berwick. Berwick Rangers. You know, that's who they have booked. Thoughts in the Champions League. Obviously, Naroski could be out longer than expected. Scales, delighted for Scales. Mikey Johnston, obviously homegrown player. I'm a bit disappointed that Seacrest is not in the squad, but I understand with Scott Bain for the homegrown side. I'm looking forward to having Nat Phillips in the Champions League. He's obviously done a Cruyff turn for against AC Milan in the San Siro. He's always talking about. Watch out for that dodgy train spot, me. Good night, troops. God bless. Take care of yourself, Red Scott. So, folks, 2 more minutes and I'm jumping out myself. I appreciate the support, folks. I really do. I appreciate. Shout out to Feed the Bear and shout out to the good man himself. The good man himself. Oh, what the hell? I can't believe I forgot your name there, Nick. Not Nick. Mikey, sorry. Jesus. Unsubscribe. Mike, I apologize. I apologize. Overwhelmed all these comments coming through. Don't hit me a Ric Flair, please. And they booked the. Oh God, I'm not even the crazy new. So final predictions, folks. Final predictions. What are we going for? Are we going for a 3-0, 4-0 tomorrow? Are we going to concede? I'm gonna. Don't you worry, man. I apologize. I'm gonna be going to bed raging now. I got an error there. I hate making errors. I'm not an FA Ambrose. We shouldn't be making errors. Like, I apologize. 4-0, 3-0. Get the goal difference up. Shake it up. Let's be scoring for fun against them. Them Dundonians. 3-0. Bally's saying. Just get the 3 points. Simple as that. That's the business, isn't it? That's the business. That's what we all want. The 3-0. 3 points, 3-0. Right, folks. I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna do a video this week talking about obviously Ange's stepping stone of getting nominated for the coach of the year. And I know people are going to say, he's gone, he's the past, he's this. What are you talking about? A former manager, because he used Celtic to get nominated. So that's the reason why I'm going to be doing it. It's a video, it's content. I'm not going to sit there and twist my thumbs. I'm like, oh, it's the same stuff that Celtic News now are putting up. Phenomenal app. Download it. Just as I said, folks, I will be doing a video on it. And if there's anything you do want me to do a segment on or a video on, please comment on the channel. Comment on a video saying, Keith, can you do a video on this place? A challenge is good. It's good. And if you can get that, you can get that challenge sorted. Happy days. So, folks, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna enjoy my wine, and we'll jump onto TikTok for an hour or two. So, I'll speak to you all soon. Take care of yourselves. God bless, and good luck to the boys tomorrow. I'm gonna go 3-0, as I said at the start of the channel. Cheers for watching the podcast. Hail, hail.